Was it what you expected? I mean, you expect him to come out and take you down like that?
Not at all. You know, when you watch the first fight, he did submission hunt a little more too. He was, you know, going for my back and would go for the guillotine, I think, in the first one. But this time around, no, you know, he just held me. I'll just be real. He just held me down. And that wasn't a good idea either, because I hit him every position that I had, every possible chance that I got too. So I felt like I won all 3 rounds, even though, yeah, the first he was on top of me, but he didn't do anything. As you can see, there's not a scratch on me and nothing hurts. The only thing that's a little sore is my hand from hitting him in the head.
You're a veteran enough guy, though, to know that the judges see that and that it's probably not going to go on your way in a round like that. So what's kind of the frustration level like in between rounds, and what's the adjustment period like, and like what are the coaches telling you in the corner?
Smart, you know, they're being real. They say, hey, you probably lost that round because I was on my back the whole time. And I was torn a little bit with just wrestling defense and submission hunting. Because also, he's a dangerous grappler. He's a great fighter. He's got so much experience. You know, he's got over 30 professional fights. You know, he's been fighting for a long time. This is his 3rd run, you know, in the Bellator tenure. And, you know, he's a killer. I have the utmost respect for Georgie Karakanyan. So I had to be wise and be smart in there, but I didn't want to hold back. But at the same time, yeah, I did feel myself like, damn, that was like down around. I got to pick it up. I got to turn it up and, you know, stuff the takedowns, or, you know, stay on top and beat this guy up.
Third round, obviously, you pretty much assume it's 1-1. You threw the kick really early, I believe, and within like 5 seconds he had you down again. So at that point, are you going, oh crap, man, now I got to deal with this again? And second to that is, as he's holding you down, how confident were you that Jason was going to stand you guys up?
Actually, I wasn't really confident at all. You know, you never know. Referees, it's the fight game, so you really never know. And all the refs are different. But I really appreciate Jason doing that, because I think he saw in the fight too. He knows what a fight is. This is mixed martial arts. This is a fight. It's not a wrestling match. And he couldn't just hold me down. He was doing no damage. He was going for no submissions. He was doing nothing. You know, some rabbit punches to the body, and maybe 2 knee attempts when he was on top of me, but that was it. So that was really awesome that Jason stood me up like that. I really appreciated that, because, yeah, you know, we're here to see a fight, and I couldn't even go for a submission either, because he was just holding me the whole time. So I had to pull out my teammate Showtime Pettis, look at my watch over here, and just you're boring me right now because you're just holding me down. I thought you try to fight me, try to finish me, try to knock me out, try to submit me, something, but yeah, he just wanted to hold me down. So, you know.
Can I ask where the line falls? Because a little bit ago you said you have the utmost respect for him, but you're also saying, look, man, you didn't really fight me. So kind of where's the line in between the two there?
Where's the line? You know, I don't know. I guess it's a wrong game plan. I'm not taking anything away from him, because, I mean, that surprised me. You know, it really did surprise me too. Because, like I said, going back in the first fight and then watching his fight with Henry, watching his fight with Daniel Pineda, you know, I'm honestly, you can say like I'm a fan of his, like a dude who was going to come forward and bring it. And even in the 3rd round, he turned it up on me too. He's like from the bottom, like yelling and screaming. You know, hey, he lives up to his moniker and his nickname, the Insane One. So he brought it out of me too. And then afterwards, he just he congratulated me, saying, hey, you bring the best out of me, you're crazy. And I'm like, hey, you're crazy too, cool. But tonight, he wasn't the insane one.
Ashley Grimshaw was your original opponent and switched up on about a month's notice. Did you have to change anything for the rematch with Georgie, and did you prefer one to the other?
Not much. You know, honestly, Grimshaw probably would have tried the same thing. You know, I mean, everyone says they want to stand and bang, or they want to go for it. And like I said, once that cage door closes, it's a different world, and it's a different story when they get in there. I'm speaking humbly. I'm not being cocky or overconfident about it. But like I said, it's just a different world when you're in there, you know. And it's a fight, you know. So I'm the same way. I could say I want to stand and bang with someone. I might just go in there and want to hold him down and take him down. You never know. But this is mixed martial arts. We're ready for anything, anybody, anywhere, anytime, wherever the fight goes. I go, I adapt. Call it being a chameleon, you know. So the change, it didn't do much, you know. I'm always looking for the finish, you know. I want a dominant victory, you know. I want to get in there. We don't get paid for overtime, and I want the submission. I want the knockout, the TKO, the referee stoppage, etc. Whatever it is, I want the stoppage, you know. But getting your hand raised is getting your hand raised. I had to do what I had to do tonight. Had it been Grimshaw, had it been whoever, doesn't really matter.
And the Chicago show is 7 weeks out, I guess. Obviously, just down the road from you from Milwaukee. Is that what you want? Do you want on that show, or is that too short of a turnaround?
No. I've had quicker ones, man. Looking back to 2015, a lot of people just, I don't know. I think they just sleep on me. But 2015, man, every 2 weeks I had a fight. I'd fight within 2 weeks. I signed the contract for the next fight. I like staying active. I like staying busy. We'll see how the picture plays out because, of course, I like to just be a fan in the stands as well, too. And also, finally get to see Curran McKee. It's kind of like Khabib and Tony. Like, are we ever going to see it? Like, is it ever going to happen because injuries and everything else, cars get moved around. But, I think that's a good fight. It's a good test. But, again, I have to stay ready in case anything happens to either one of them.
How good did it feel to get back on track after the Patricio Pitbull loss?
Learned a lot about myself, and a lot about the fight game in general, but mostly about myself. Confidence and having more comfortability in there, This is now my 22nd unprofessional fight, 11th, 12th Bellator fight, Even though it was a rematch, but still another killer, He's still a great opponent with twice the amount of experience as me. And I had fun in there, man. I love being in there. I love fighting, and learning so much about the last fight is always Bushido. Give respect to my opponents, but don't respect them so much that it holds me back. I gotta be me. I gotta be the Matador. I gotta be Emmanuel Sanchez, and impose my game, impose my will, and break them. And I feel like I did that to Giorgi mentally in the last fight. And perhaps that's why he came with this game plan, or this, however he did this time around. And he knew what I brought to the table, and perhaps he didn't want that again. So, and then you saw that in the heat of the battle too. The more and more as I started to get more comfortable striking and everything else that I was doing, he didn't want it. And then I had to turn it and run on him. I took him down. So once I was on top of him, he didn't want me on top of him, because I'm dangerous there too. So, I'm dangerous everywhere. I fight everywhere, and I just love to fight.
A lot of people saw this fight as the winner was going to go into the Featherweight tournament later this year. How do you see that tournament playing out, and who would you want most in the first matchup?
There's so many exciting fights, to be honest with you. This was just a rematch just now, but there's a rematch with Curran. If Strauss comes back down, or I don't know if he's staying at lightweight, but there's, potentially Strauss. There's a rematch with Corrales, potentially Pico, potentially Borix, and then, of course, AJ McKee. There's so many guys in the division, exciting matchups too. The featherweight division, I think, is the most exciting division out of Bellator and in the world, honestly, especially now more than ever. The lighter weight class is where it's at, and I think I'm right there with the best of them, the top 10, top 15, top 20, whatever you want to name, bro. Best in the world. And I don't know about rankings and whatever you want to call it, but I consider myself the #1. The champion moved out, so there's also a rematch with the champion too. We'll see if he wants it. We'll see what happens after his fight with Chandler. But yeah, I don't, not calling anyone out, but I'm ready for any one of them at any given time.